as you continue to guide the horse, the rickety wheels slightly squeaking as you go. You're more cautious of any holes so that you don't ruin the wagon before you can get it to its destination. As you come to the city limits, your eyes immediately fixed upon the center. In the center there's a stone building. The stone building is the largest structure inside of this small, I guess you could call it a town at this point. Though Mr. Clark told you there were maybe about 100 people living here, it looks like there could be more than that, maybe 200 or even 300. Not as busy as the docks, but everyone is moving about their day. This is a regular day in this small, quaint little town. But again, your eyes focus on into the center stone building, where you see at the top a large wooden sign. It's a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of put together. It's not made really by like a craftsman, but it looks, you can see that they used different types of woods for the border, and then versus inside the wooden, it has a W and E at the very top. So this is signifying that this is in fact your destination of World's End. So as you're continuing in, you realize Francis was supposed to handle all of the goods and dealings. So,
shit.
No one's really paying much mind to you. How or why? How do you figure out who is your contact?
Is there something that looks like a government building?
Or just that center building? That center
building seems to be like the main thing, but you do notice that there are other wooden buildings. This is almost, you almost picture like what you'd see in most like old westerns. The road leads into the center, but as you get towards this building, you notice that there are other roads all lead off. This center building of World's End seems to be the crossroad establishment, and on all different sides there you see some shops, you see different homes, different places. If you look around, there are people getting their wares ready. You could probably find someone, flag them down, maybe ask where the stables are, or if anyone knows who delivers goods around here, you can ask your first person that comes by, or do you want to look for somebody?
I'm just gonna flag down the first person and go, excuse me, Madam Right Through. We're looking for Madam Right Through.
Can I get a charisma, either persuasion or intimidation, whichever you prefer?
I'm not gonna intimidate, I'm just gonna 15.
With a 15, yes, the first person who notices you flagging someone down, it's a young human male. He's probably in late adolescence, maybe in early teens. Comes up to you. Hello, may I help you?
Yes, we're looking for Madam Right Through. We have goods here. Unfortunately, our driver was taken in the night.
This road should be more secure.
Oh, yes, I know where Miss Right Through. You'll find her in the inn in the center there. She's our default leader here. They haven't really set up a government yet of any sort, but basically she knows the ins and outs. If anyone there will know where she is now if she's not there.
Can you point us in the direction?
Yes, it's the large stone building right in the middle of the crossroads. If you need a place to stay, they should have rooms. And as you get closer, you notice that the stone building is actually it's quite large in comparison to any of the other buildings in the area. Some of the other buildings do have stone foundations, but only the ones that do have the stone foundation are maybe 2-story. Just looks almost like a shop with a loft above it where the keeper would sleep. But this stone building is probably it looks like they're still working on it, and it might be 4 or 5 stories high. So this looks like the main, what's the word I'm looking for? Not Grand Central Station, but the main port
Thoroughfare.
There you go. In the center of this little town. So if you want to head that way, there is a place to tie up the horse while you go inside looking.
Okay.
Does anyone want to stay with the horse, or we think we're good?
I'll stay with the horse. This seems like a not quite put together place yet.
I'm gonna look at, is that guy still near?
No, the young child, as soon as you took your eyes off, he's gone back to whatever it was that he was on his way doing.
You there, boy. What day is it?
I said it's Christmas Day.
All right, I guess I'll approach the big stone building.
All right.
Maybe knock on the door.
So as you knock on the door, you notice it's not locked. It is swaying as you knock, and someone just says, "We're open."
All right, I'll go on in.
I'll follow up behind, kind of looking around to just make sure that there's no creeps.
Let's give a perception check. See if anyone's creeping on you guys.
I'm gonna use my gilded wyvern. 11.
With 11, you do...
I'm sorry. 18.
Oh, even better. With an 18, you do notice people do look at you, the three of you, as you're coming into town. But you get more so the sense of it's because you're new. Again, place like this, though there may be 200 to 300 people here, it seems like everyone's fairly familiar with the daily routine. So to see 3 people you've never seen before with a carriage, it definitely has piqued at least a glance from everyone that you walk by.
This is a little bit retconny, but when the sun came up, or when we got out from underneath the shade, when we were able to see better, was there any overt sign of what happened to Francis on the carriage?
You could not see anything. You did find a little bit of blood on the carriage, but you're not sure if that happened during the wolf attack or if that happened from Francis.
Okay.
So as you walk inside of World's End, it seems like a normal, everyday tavern. There's really no distinct, any distinct markings or anything like that. Again, this seems fairly new. The craftsmanship of the stonework is actually very accommodable for how far away from the city you are. Gives you the feeling of Mr. Clark has put some money into trying to build up this establishment for the queendom. And as you can tell, as you came in, there were multiple roads that intersect here, so it will become a fairly busy hub once Divenia starts to expand more. So as you come in, you notice there are patrons sitting, some having first early morning meal. Others you can see are probably still drinking from the night before. It seems just like a regular everyday tavern. And you notice a small halfling woman behind the bar. Good morning to you. How can I help you?
We're looking for Madam Right Through.
Yes, that is me. How can I assist you today?
Well, first of all, is this a town where we can leave our wares outside? We have a third watching our horse.
I mean, we don't have very many people who go out of their way to steal here, as we are quite far out in the middle of nowhere, that if something goes missing and we find someone else with it, we would notice pretty quickly. But yes, for the most part, you shouldn't have to worry about theft around here.
I'm gonna go get it.
Oh, right.
Just kind of lean the head out the door, and if I can see where the horse, I assume because it's like the straight line.
Yes, pretty much right up front. It has like a like that classic log kind of set that people wrap their reins around in order. There's a little trough for water for the horses.
Aeolus, you can leave the horse.
Just turns to the horse. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I know it's gonna get so annoying.
So are you all traveling merchants?
Well, Mr. Clark sent us.
Oh, Mr. Clark sent you. Oh, that's. I wasn't expecting you until next week. But usually the driver. I usually deal with Mary and what's that new kid's name?
Francis.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes. No, the woods took him.
Oh no, not again.
He's been missing before then.
No, but he is not the first driver to go missing.
Oh dear.
These woods are still very, very dangerous.
Yes, they are.
But I assume since you said you brought wares, you did bring the supplies, right?
We did. We also brought quite the experience with us. As on the way, we were attacked by wandering corpses.
You see, she quickly looks around. You might want to keep your voice down. I understand the fear, but Mr. Clark would like it so that does not become common knowledge.
There should at least be a disclaimer on the contract.
I understand. You're maybe a bit angry that you weren't informed.
It was rather exhilarating.
I don't think discretion was part of the salary that we were paid.
Well, you see, it doesn't always happen. But yes, occasionally the carriages and resupplies have been attacked by things of an undead nature. Deep in the woods, there have not been people here for a while. This settlement was established 10 years ago, and the woods around it, though you can see by the clearing of the trees, it has not been a problem really for the past year. We maybe only get a sighting every couple of months, but it is rare to actually be attacked. What happened? Can you tell me what happened?
A couple of bodies came shambling out of the woods, and then a white followed soon after.
A white? You said?
Yes.
You saw the white.
We not only saw, but we
Up close
destroyed.
and personal. Mm-hmm.
Oh my. You can see a like quickness, as quick as you said the word white, almost from her eyebrows down, the color drains from her face. She was not expecting you to say that. You can tell right away. Oh no. This white, did it get away?
Oh no.
No.
I sliced him right in half.
Oh, you were able to destroy it. Oh, that's good.
Well, we dropped it. We didn't destroy the body.
How? She begins to look around. She grabs 4 glasses, places them on the bar in front of everyone, and begins to pour from a big pitcher. You have no idea what it is, and she immediately takes a drink.
I think discretion again is going to require a bit more than a free drink.
I will take it though.
Yes, of course.
Mr. Clark will pay you for your discretion when you return to the city.
Hopefully it's not at the end of a knife.
No. You're not the first group to come in and see such things, though you are the first to actually slay the whites. The whites tend to raise the dead and sometimes kill and then raise. But if you kill the whites, that should kill any of the creatures that were under its control.
Where do these whites come from?
Oh, I really shouldn't be telling you this. Come with me. Come with me. And she scuttles you into the back room. Tells the kitchen staff, and everyone, take 5. I need the room for a moment. That's when she sits down and she stares off into the fire for a moment. Oh. Tell me, what do you all know of Divenia?
It's a little gloomy and dark. Rich, or soon to be. That's about it. On my end.
I don't know anything.
About it.
Yes, well, there is a reason for that. The Queen has gone to great lengths to keep the history of Divenia within Divenia. You see, the Queen has only been Queen for a few decades. Before her, there was an evil lord in place. My great-grandfather once told me, before the Queen set free our lands, there's an evil lord. He sat in the same palace that the Queen lives now. Apparently, now, I say legend, but legend in history at a certain time, hundreds of years ago, kind of gets mixed. So those people inside of the city where the Queen lives, they think of it as legend. But those of us who have family roots in these woods know that the Lord used to have control over those of the dead. The Queen is looking to expand her empire, so it's very hard to do that if people believe these lands have corpses, zombies, and other undead things trying to kill you. Mr. Clark, I'm sure, paid you quite well to babysit the carriage. That is, in a way, to buy your silence for what you see. When you make it to the city, he will no doubtedly ask for you to remain quiet about what you've seen. For things in Devenia don't always stay dead. We've done our best. Within a mile of our establishment, we haven't seen any signs at all. But as you've seen, things in these woods are quite dark.
Is this Lord of the Dead still out there, or are these just his leftover creations?
No. As it goes, there was the Queen, the first Queen Morningstar, Lucia. She was able to vanquish the evil Lord. Again, there's no written history at this time, but it is said that he ruled these lands for centuries. And one day, he turned cruel. No one knows why. Some say, just with old age, he discovered magics that corrupted him. Some say he was always evil, but told stories of a good lord. Others say he once took a bride, and her death turned him away from the living. But no one's really sure. The only people who would know are no longer alive. Devenia is still very new. The history is mainly of legend. Very few people would be old enough to tell you. I myself, again, my great-grandfather told me stories before bed. It wasn't until I came here that I saw with my own eyes. Though I've never seen a white, I have seen what happens when bodies don't stay in their grave. At first we thought they were grave robbers, but the untoiled soil lets us know. But like I said, it's been a while since we've seen anything nearby here. But Mr. Isaac told me you will be fed and you will have a place to sleep as long as you remain quiet of what you've seen here. The goods the next shipment should come in a week. Then you can take the carriage home. But for the time being, there is small jobs around. You can try and look for work in the city, but your stay here will be on the house, along with you'll be given 2 meals a day.
We'll need another horse to get back as well.
Oh my, that will be a problem. As of right now, we don't have any extra horses. All of them are work horses. There is a small village about a day's travel from here. He does have a small horse farm. He traps and he does trade goods occasionally, but he mainly keeps to himself. She looks again. Not to alarm you, but he is an elf. Goes by the name Jace. He's lived there as long as the establishment. He doesn't take too kindly to strangers, but gold does buy his time.
Out of game, I did screw up on our time, by the way, because the elves didn't leave until 12 something. So there are elves around.
Oh. was gonna say,
No,
he's
they-
worth going because to see because he's rare. It's like, oh no, fuck that guy.
I mean, they might be rare in Devenia, but in in general sense, the elves have been here, and they don't leave for quite some time.
I would suggest, the sun has already rised. It's basically a full 8 hours travel. I would recommend going for the horse tomorrow. If you want to stay and view our little establishment, we do have a couple small general goods shops if you're in the need of anything. Most of the town people keep to themselves after nightfall, so we recommend, because as you might have heard on your travels, there are wolves in the woods. If you're together, chances are nothing will happen, but if you're alone after dark, you run the risk of being attacked. So I would recommend leaving in the morning, but please say the day, and for your silence, your drinks will be on the house. Just don't tell anyone, please.
Do you have any users of magic here?
We do have. We don't have like a wizarding school or anything nearby here, but Jace is said to dabble in the arts, but in town, just from maybe a little pyromancy, there is a collector. He says that he tends to know the history of things. I don't know for sure, though, that there are a lot of charlatans that claim to know magic.
Yeah.
It's just simple parlor tricks. But that is Ivan's Goods, sort of a second-hand shop. He claims to know the history of all his items.
And in which direction is Jace?
Jace is about a day's travel to the east on the Eastern Road. The Queen's Road is the road that you came through. We don't really have a true name, as the road isn't well traveled. So we just call them the East and West Road right now. But the Queen's Road goes north to south. Eventually we're hoping to get the Queen's Road all the way up to the Zardom.
Well, considering we have walked all night, perhaps we get some rooms and rest.
Yes, probably. And as he says that, it has been about 24 hours since your trip began. I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm suddenly very tired.
Actually, I'm going to, before you tell me anything, son of a bitch, come on. I'm going to cast. Nope, never mind, hold on. No, I can't cast anything. I'm fucking tired.
All right. So it'll be a DC 12 is a success.
I failed. Yeah, I failed.
Everyone fails. So everyone has one level 1 exhaustion. So that is disadvantage on skill checks. So it is up to you. You can rest now, or you can spend your day exploring the little outpost village.
I think we should rest.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to take a rest? Alright. So, as you go up into your rooms in the inn, we're going to take a break.
Alright. Have a little rest. Alright. Is there somewhere that you mark exhaustion?
So in the app, if you go up to, you see where the conditions are?
Mm-hmm.
You can scroll all the way down to the bottom and you can give yourself level 1.
Level 1.
And then it will like automatically do stuff for you, but
Yeah.
we're taking a long, we're sleeping.
Once you take a long rest, it removes one
Yeah.
level of
Okay.
exhaustion.
Are we doing a long rest now? Or not yet?
If you guys want to, if not,
Yeah.
you...
Or a
We're
short
pretty
rest? Are we doing long or short? We've got the rest of the day, so either we sleep.
I say we sleep
Maybe
for the
we
day
sleep.
since we've been up
It-
for like
it
20,
is-
almost 24 hours.
It
like you
is
said,
early
so.
morning. Like I said, you guys left about daybreak, so now it's been about 24 hours. So if you do take a long rest, you'll be awake about mid-afternoon. So you'll still have some daylight, so that you can still explore
Okay.
as you were told to. If you do explore the town at night, you were just advised to stay together.
Right. Okay. So long rest. Works for me.
All right, so everyone is feeling refreshed and well rested.
Sorry, go ahead.
So as you're kind of groggily waking up, the sun is still shining outside. It has crest past the apex. You can see it's about mid-afternoon. Probably have another 3 to 4 hours of daylight left. So for tomorrow, you are heading to see Jace, a trader and trapper, and he can help you with some getting a new horse for your carriage. But for the rest of the day, you have the town to explore. How do you want to spend the rest of your day?
We could stop by maybe Ivan's Goods and see if Ivan has any ideas about that ring.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to mention it in front of Madam Right Through.
No, she was high-strung enough.
Yeah. Discretion is the name of the game. Maybe we can pay him a little bit to be quiet about it.
Very good.
Let's do that.
So you're gonna head to Ivan's Goods. Doesn't take you very long. Like I said, there are a few different shops and homes at the crossroad areas. So it probably takes you maybe about 20 or 30 minutes to find where his shop is. It's not very big. It's about the size of like a small cottage. Just from the outside, you just see a little, it's maybe about a foot and a half to 2 feet long and about like 4 or 5 inches. It's just like that's like classic little piece of wood. It's kind of rocking in the wind. It just says Ivan's Goods. Not very good calligraphy. You're assuming that he did this himself. So, how do you approach?
Just open the door and walk in.
Just open the door and walk in. So as you open up the door, it's that classic, there's a little bell just above the door. Ding, ding, ding. Hello! I'll be out in just a minute! And you hear some,
Caught him on the loo.
there's some things rustling around in the back, and through the curtain comes a middle-aged human male. He has fair complexion, but he's a little bit tan. Might remind you of like Paul Hogan, otherwise known as Crocodile Dundee. He has that sort of almost leathery tan. This is somebody who goes outside a lot. He's about 6 feet tall, very thin, maybe 130 to 40 pounds. So he looks, pretty lanky for his size. He's wearing big baggy clothing, just has like an over vest, something you probably see more fitting on a blacksmith, but he's wearing it. He has a thin headband just kind of wrapped around. Hello there! Welcome to Ivan's Goods! What brings you in today?
Greetings.
Hello?
Are you Ivan?
Yes I am. How may I be of assistance to you all today?
Perhaps there's something you could look at for us. Perhaps identify.
Oh, yes, I can identify anything in the shop that you would like. I can tell you where it's from. So what is it that you would like to look at today?
How about things not in the shop?
Oh, you've come to possibly sell some wares to me?
Perhaps.
Possibly.
All right, very good, very good. So what is it?
Why don't you tell us about something, maybe your favorite thing here in the shop?
Oh, favorite thing. So he quickly turns around behind the counter. There's various shelves up on the wall, not too dissimilar to how you have them here. Everything's kind of mishmashed. It doesn't look like there's like an organization. So as he's looking, he's throwing some papers over his shoulders, and he pulls out a little crystal. It's maybe about 4 inches in diameter. It's oblong. It's not really look like a jeweler or anyone has managed it. See this crystal here? You see it?
That one right
Oh
there.
yes.
Yeah.
Quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's supposed to be an invisible crystal, and he throws it over his shoulder. I assume that is not why you're here. And he goes back. He starts looking again. And before you know it, he approaches with a little golden bell. See this bell right here? It doesn't look very big. Once a day, when you ring this, it will be the loudest bell that you have ever heard. Does anyone want to try it?
Will it help you find the invisible crystal?
Probably not, but this bell will sound so that anyone in a mile can hear it.
Is the town used to you giving demonstrations of this particular item? Or are they going to come running?
Well, see, that's the funny thing about this bell. Even though everyone within a mile will hear it, it will only sound like a normal bell.
Now how will we know that others have heard it when we're all in the room?
Very good point. And he turns back around again. And he starts looking. All right. I've got something for you. All right. See this sash? This was given to me years ago in Ippon. Okay? Now, this very particular sash, when worn across the forehead, you will have no need for a torch at night.
Does it just work, or you have to say something?
No, you just put it on, and you know that little thing where you get into the feeling of a magic item? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
So once you wear it across your forehead, you can see in the dark.
Anyone can use it?
Well, yes, anyone can use it, but it only works for about an hour at a time.
And you've tried this.
Yes. If one of you would like, I can give you a quick demonstration.
Sure.
Excellent. I just need a volunteer.
I'll do it.
All right. Thank you very much, young lady. Here, just put this around your head, and if you follow me into the back. So he takes you into the back. He quickly, there's a little desk where it looks like he's got like a little table set up with some candles, and he quickly starts to snuff out the candle. Oh, that's hot. Hot. And it gets real dark. So now just put it on your forehead. And for the next hour, so You'll have to attune to it, so you take a couple minutes. Speed up the process just a little bit. And now what was once a pitch dark room, you can see in black and white.
Wow.
Whatever happens in there, I'm basing all of this off of whether or not this is worth our time. If it comes out and she says that she saw nothing, then we are leaving and we're not mentioning this ring.
I agree. I'm thus far not impressed.
And you said an hour this will work?
Yes, 1 hour a day.
1 hour a day. This is really something.
Yes, it's amazing. It's great for, seeing in the dark.
It's very handy, especially since I usually have my hands full with my big sword and all. I'm going to come out and tell everybody it works. I'm a little surprised.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
And it can be yours for 75 gold. Today you can walk out with it without taking it off. Okay.
That was me dramatically pantomiming, taking it off and throwing it down.
Okay, I understand.
A 75, I mean, you can't do better than that. How many travelers do you really get through here anyway who need something?
Well, I will be honest. The three of you, are 4, 5, and 6 travelers I've had in the past few months. So perhaps I could be persuaded to go down to 60 gold.
I don't know the value of magical cloth.
Do you have anything else interesting that would perhaps help us in our... we had to get through the woods to come here. This seems valuable.
Oh, you went to the woods. Okay. He turns around, he opens up a little box, he starts throwing things behind him. It's kind of just going everywhere. You can tell there is just a mishmash of strange items everywhere. So he pulls up a little twig. This twig is very special. Now, when you are out in the woods, all you have to do is state where you want to go. Place it in your palm, and it will spin and point you in the right direction.
Now,
Sounds handy.
can you give us a demonstration of that?
Where would
Or
you like
does
to
it
go?
have to be in the woods?
Well, where would you like to go?
We were told about a Jace. Are you familiar? Or does the stick need to know where Jace the elf is?
Jace.
Well, I'm not going to give it away because I'll just point it in that.
And he stares off for a moment. No, I don't know anyone named Jace. But, okay, so what you do is when you're holding it like this, you whisper the destination. Now, I do not know where Jace is. I do not know who Jace is. Jace. And as soon as he says that, it maybe lifts about a half an inch off of his palm, circles 3 times, and then slowly comes to right here. Now you're inside of the shop, so you don't know which direction it's pointing, but it did move when he said Jace. Never get lost again.
Just kind of looking around to make sure it's not a hand trick.
And what he does is like he starts to move to one side, and you see it starting. It's almost like a compass's needle, and you can see it will point in the direction you wish to go.
Do you happen to know which cardinal direction it's pointing in right now?
That way.
What is that? You're here all the time. I thought maybe you would know.
Well, let's see. The front of the shop faces the center of town, which from where I am is south. So that would be to the east.
It's pointing to the east.
And how much for that?
This right here, I can let it go for 20 gold.
Oh.
So the two together then, 75.
I'll tell you what, I like the lot of you. I do. So I will do it for 78.
What if we have more work for you? An item.
Takes the twig, places it down on the ground. You have something for me?
Potentially. Maybe not to keep, just to look at.
Oh, I see. You want the history of something.
Perhaps.
Okay. My standard fare is it's 1 gold for the history of an object. Now, I will warn you, not every history is exciting. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it's quite boring. But if it's special like these items that I've shown you, I can tell you what it does.
All right. We'll give you 80 for the 2, plus this, and to keep your mouth shut about it.
Discretion is what you're looking for. You've come to the right place. All right. Now, what can I help you with?
Reach into her pouch, kind of turn away to reach into the pouch, and then turn back and she's going to take the pouch itself and then just kind of let it clink out onto the counter in front of him so she doesn't touch it with her hands.
Seemingly out of nowhere, he has like a single monocle. And he doesn't pick it up, he just kind of looks at it. It's a very fairly nice ring. And you say it does something?
I believe so. It was taken from the body of a dead man walking, so. Not anywhere close to here. Very far away, where we came from.
See why you want discretion. Okay. So he picks up the ring. Give me just a couple of moments. Goes into the back room. You can hear.
And he was gonna eat it. This is like.
You can hear the quick strike of a match, just as you hear as he stubs his toe. He lights his candles. He leaves the curtains open. You can hear him. He starts muttering some things to himself very quietly. You say you found this on a dead man? Well, this ring here, it's very strange. I've never seen anything with the properties like this. This ring blocks out the sun.
It's out right now.
No, the wearer. Blocks the sunlight from the wearer. And it can only be attuned with the ceremony spell. Curious.
So you're saying it blocks the sun from the wearer?
Yeah.
So it doesn't just block out the sun,
No,
but
no,
it does
it's
to the individual.
yeah, it's as though the individual's in the shade. That's curious.
And the ceremony must
Must be attuned with the ceremony spell. I have never come across an item that needs extra help.
It's very specialized.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale. But you get your 80.
I appreciate that. hands back the ring. You should be okay. Like I said, you need a ceremony in order to attune to it. Very curious. If you happen to find any more, please bring it here.
We will. But we wouldn't because we found this very far away from here, so.
Very strange. And I've never quite seen a stone like that. Though it does look familiar. I swear I've seen that stone somewhere.
In a piece of jewelry?
Can't say for sure, but it seems familiar. And on saying that, gotta get intelligence checks from everyone.
16. 3.
17.
So the two of you, as he says, it looks familiar, and as he holds it up to the light, the way that it reflects the light, it reminds you of the Dawn Palace. Perhaps it was made from the same stone. Can I get you all anything else today? Again, I do love strange things. Anything that you'd like to sell, I am open from dawn till dusk. But if you have some more things that you inquired, you can knock on the door after hours if that is more your speed.
Oh, do you happen to have anything that would help with healing someone if they might have hurt themselves?
It's a very good question. Let me check. He runs off into the back, and you hear it sounds like a controlled crash. And he's looking around, and when he comes out, he has a small little chain. It's very thin. It almost looks like it's braided wire with an adjustable sort of link on the end. This chain here, when you wear this, anytime you go to heal, you will feel like that is supercharged. So mechanically what it does is when you heal, however many points you heal, you also gain that many temporary hit points. Now, with this, it only works once attuned.
So is that something only a magic user would you be able to use?
No, absolutely. Anyone can.
Oh, but
Can
like
we-
I can attune things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just as a meta, temporary hit points don't stack.
Right.
So if you healed and then healed again, the temporary hit points will cancel out any remaining temporary hit points. So this will work with magic. It will not work with potions, unfortunately, because potions, they are natural remedies. But I can
Sounds like something that you would be interested in.
I have no healing magic. It's not my bag.
No, that's what I'm here for.
Yes, exactly.
So if I
I forgot what you were.
it would be best for you. That would be something that you should wear. When the person receives Any kind of healing magic?
Ah, yes. Looks like wear robes
And you're
and
easy.
leather or armor.
Yeah,
A little bit
squishy.
squishy.
Yes. How much for that?
I do many
For
steps.
for this chain in particular, it is the only one I've ever seen. 50 gold.
45.
47 and you have a deal.
Deal.
Alright.
Do you want the headband of light?
Oh yes, I'd be interested in that.
I'll take the twig. So
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
What color is the headband? It's a scarf, right?
Yes, it's like a sash. It's a maroon sort of color with a dark purple embroidery along the edge.
Love it. How much was that again?
I already paid for it.
Your friend already was gracious enough to pay for you.
Oh, thank you.
I do have many wonders in here. I do. I also have just general goods. If any of you need any canteens.
What about rope?
Rope? Are you looking for any particular kind? I do have hemp rope, and then I have some fine silk rope if you're looking for something more decorative.
No.
The hemp is fine.
Heavy duty.
I can sell it to you for 5 gold. 50 feet. Good strong rope.
Seems steep for rope.
How about 3? We've been very good paying customers.
I will say you have been. Can I get a persuasion check?
12, I believe.
12? Alright, you have a deal.
That's 3 gold. Anything else? Anyone needs?
Don't think so.
So.
Alright. Well, I have been enjoying your patronage. I really have. I must get back to work in the back. Just remember, come here from dawn to dusk, and I can help you with anything you need to find out what it does. Or if you're looking for little trinkets, again, come right to Ivan's Goods.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
You as well.
And you can't help but hear, like, as soon as you close the shop door, you hear a little excited. He is very excited.
I scared to meet it. You won't even believe it.
Have fun storming the castle.